We've got our special guest of today on the line, Groundation. Hello, gentlemen. Let's see who we have today. Let's see. Hi. Well, it's one today. Hello.
Yeah. Hello, how are you?
Rolling solo. I'm good. I would say welcome back because I believe we talked before, correct?
Yes, I think we have.
Yeah, a little bit. We talked a little bit. But tell me,
Yeah.
I see a full album that I have in my inbox. So clearly you've been doing a lot of work. I see a lot of progress overall. You've been doing your tour, your European summer tour, all these things. So let's start off, first of all, for those who don't know Groundation, tell us a little bit about your band.
Yeah, well, we've been around for more than 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
We just released our album, originally formed in Northern California. We are a reggae group, so like Bob Marley, Burning Spear, based on the Jamaican One Drop.
Yeah.
While we take it forward with jazz fusion, long forms, odd time signatures, moving out of the key harmonically, long improvised solos. So Groundation has earned this audience around the world that attracts our unique sound. That's, it's a very special thing for what we do.
You can always tell music nerds. I love music nerds because they start talking in notes and keys and all these things that the average music listener is like, what? I'm looking at Abby's face and Abby's enjoying it, but I know Abby has no clue what you're talking about right about now.
Yeah. When you put songs on, you'll realize immediately.
Yeah. All right, so I want to start with this one because it's pretty much the lead track I got looking at me. Original Rhythm. Tell me about Original Rhythm.
Our Original Rhythm is the first song on our album One Rock that was released in May. And it is honoring the fact that the original rhythm goes back through all the generations, tens of thousands of years, back to the bush, back to our DNA line of Africa, the heartbeat and the human voice. And it includes these great elders.
Yeah.
So through the pandemic, we saw all Jamaican icons pass away, and we needed to record with these legends while they're here. So Original Rhythm speaks about our lineage, our one family history of music through to Africa, and it is supported by the featuring of the great Israel Vibration and the Abyssinians.
Groundation in the building now. I mean, Wikipedia is not always right, but sometimes they are. They say the name Groundation, you developed that name basically naming it after the Rastafarian ceremony of Groundation. Is that factual? Tell me more about that.
Yeah, of course. It is factual that the name Groundation is what inspired the name Groundation. Of course, Groundation, the first use is in 1966 when Selassie comes to the island there in Kingston. And Groundation now is supposed to show our lineage to this moment. A lot of these musicians that influenced and became our heroes took this 1966 moment and began to cite Rastafari and preaching this equal rights and justice that influenced us so much. So Groundation now is to show our honoring of that moment, while Groundation is something for us to be grounded. This is not a band where Harrison, me is the superstar. Everybody shines. Everybody is one. Just like this thing we're trying to reach in life, this oneness. Nobody greater, nobody less. We're all in this together to be grounded.
You are so much fun. And 20 years you've been doing this.
Yeah.
I want to know, tell us about the band in particular, because all the members seem to have coming from different backgrounds, different demographics. So talk to me about the different members and how you all actually brought your musical love together. How did that even happen?
Yeah, well, I mean, the vision still is something from my childhood days. My father was a jazz player, grandfather a jazz bonus, so jazz was the first music.
Okay.
But then grew up going to Hebrew school. My older brother started listening to reggae. I started to hear this music at 9, 10 years old, talking about the children of Israel, and that really spoke to me. And as going to the temple and the synagogue and learning Hebrew, these things that nobody speaks. So reggae and jazz is my love.
Yeah.
And I formed the group from University, and the other members, they did not know reggae. So the first thing I did was give them Pablo Moses and Bob Marley and Peter Tosh and Culture and Congos and Israel Vibration. Gave them all this music to show them where the foundation is coming from. So it really is a culmination of different musical backgrounds, but at its core, it is roots reggae and they say jazz fusion, even though we don't play swinging rides and walking bass lines.
Yeah.
The jazz is the fact that our songs are 7 minutes long. The trombone player might take a big 2 minute solo. These things that, when you go out of for common time, these things that are not really done in reggae. So that's the uniqueness.
I'm just really, really captured by the fact that you're Jewish and you're in a reggae band. Like, that's just not something that you would think matches, but it really does. And when you go to Hebrew school, like, I learned that when you have to go through your ceremony, you have to sing whether you know how to sing or not. It's part of the culture, right? To change you into your manhood or turn you into that. I mean, do you find any similarities in the music?
Musically, I mean, as far as the singing and stuff is very different. It's not musically, it's not really what connects me from the Judaism to reggae music. It's more of that message again about of Israel and about, Moses and Abraham and what these traditional Rastafari singers would sing about is what really connects you to them.
Everything is emotion with music for sure, but I mean, would I be imposing if I asked you to sing anything for us a little bit in Hebrew, just so we can hear a little bit of the temperament of the vocal cords, how it sounds in comparison to when you would sing a reggae song?
Oh wow! Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Tivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. It's very different.
I like it. It's different, but like Abby shaking her head. I like it. Like it's and you don't incorporate that at all. Okay, so I'm looking at the album. Tell me which one would you think represents the band the best? Which one should we play next?
I mean, they're all so different. That's the thing about Groundation. We don't have any hit single. We don't have any tunes. We have our fan base because everything is unique. Each album is different, and the albums have this kind of roller coaster ride. I mean, the most unique songs that would be more different for the Jamaican audience would be songs like Greed, Market Price, Absolutely Clear.
Pick one for me to play.
If you want to play, you can play Greed.
All right, Greed it is. Groundation is on the line. So do I say you represent Europe or do you represent California?
We are definitely representing, California, and we have members in Jamaica. So it's kind of a Californian-Jamaican fusion.
I got you. Let's go. Groundation, Greed. That's right. It's called Greed by Groundation. What's the name of the singer we're listening to right now on this track?
Oh, the female is Brady Shamar.
Brady Shamar. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tony.
So we have, lead vocal and co-founder of Groundation, Harrison Stafford, on the line. Now, before we wrap up, what should fans, lovers of live music like myself, know about Groundation? And what is it new fans also should expect when they hear the name Groundation and when they see you live in concert?
They should expect a very unique moment full of energy, full of powers, full of vibes. Just came back from 5 weeks in Europe 2 days ago.
Wow.
So I'm just back home, family and the band. Man, we are sounding the best. More than 20 years, and right now is the best Groundation has ever sounded.
Do you feel like there's like this extra surge going on with the reggae band culture? I mean, there's always been a niche little pocket for it. There's always been people that love it. But do you think the energy of it is exploding more, especially now post-COVID and post people being locked up?
Yes, I feel in the United States specifically, they're 100% a huge rise. Groundation is is of course a Cali band, but different than some of these more traditional bands that play or pop a more radio friendly sound than ours.
I love him.
But certainly with like Stick Figure, you mentioned Common Kings, Revolution, Soja, Slightly Stupid. All these bands have incredible more fans, more album sales, more reach than ever before in reggae music. No other reggae star, even when Bob Marley was alive, was getting the crowds that they're getting. So for sure, there's a wave.
By just dropping their name on the flyer. Yeah, you got a good point on that one. We got to fix that, though. It needs to be balanced. I don't know how we can fix it and make it more balanced, but hey, we're starting with this little pocket on my show for sure. Making sure that live band music has a space to breathe for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean, yes.
We could go on, my dear sir, but we don't have that amount of time. But I could read your thoughts, and I know you're reading mine. It is what it is. But we stay on the positive side, and we stay on the root side because that's where the heart is, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Groundation on the line. What's your social media?
The social media is all the groundation.com and Instagroundation, Groundation on Facebook, and you can find it all.
All right, that's how you find them. Now, tell us what song to say goodbye to. Which one are we going to play last?
Wow, the last one?
Yeah, just one more.
Wow. What Human Race.
Human Race, all right. It's Groundation, and it's The Bridge. 99.